Alright guys, everything you see on the screen right now, the coins, the lighting, the whole scroll animations, I didn't design anything by hand here. I never opened Blender, never touched Spline or any 3D tool. I described a product to Claude and gave it a pair of hands for creativity especially, and this is what it came back with. And the hands are the interesting part of this video. Higgsfield AI is sponsoring this video, so special thanks to them. They are also the reason for any of these visuals that you see on today's video exists. So you'll exactly see what they can do rather than me reading a script to you. Here's what we are doing. We are going to create a new product from nothing, a dark themed crypto investing website. We'll call it Eclipse. Claude does the thinking part. We do brainstorming, research on the concept of crypto investing, and Higgsfield does the making part of it. Higgsfield has the hands to do all the creative stuff, create images, create videos. We are going to give this hands to the agent, which is Claude in this video. And I'm going to do the taste part because I'm going to decide what direction is good, what visuals are good, because I'm the user and the designer here. So I'm going to do the picking the direction, the vibe for the visuals and stuff. And I'll let AI and Higgsfield do the heavy lifting here of creating everything. And by the end of it, you'll see the whole workflow and you'll know which decisions we still have to make ourselves to get something really visually stunning like this. So let's jump right onto my screen and get started. Here, as you can see, I have Claude here and Higgsfield. I'm going to use it on the browser. So MCP is the crucial part of it. So once you're on Higgsfield, I'll jump into this one, which says MCP and CLI. So once you come here, you're going to get a URL here. Just copy this and then head to Claude. Here, you just have to come to connectors and just add it, right? So I've already added it. You just need to click on add, say custom connector, paste the URL here and just give a name and just say add. And then you're going to be redirected to login once again so that you're authorized to connect here. So that's a very simple process. You can do it. I've already done it here. So now I'm going to open a new chat here. Again, we are going to use Cowork so that we can collaboratively work along with the AI here. So first thing, I'll just give it a very basic brief so that it gets a basic understanding of what the goal is. So this is a prompt that I've created here. Again, you don't have to use the exact prompt. This is not something that I've created on my own. I just use another chat where I told it what I'm trying to build and just give me an intro prompt where I can set the context for the AI. You're going to act like a designer as well as a builder because it's going to do both the designing part of it with the help of Higgsfield and also build the website for us. The product we're going to create is Eclipse. So the idea that I quickly had is we're going to create a crypto investing platform where you can invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum and stuff, right? Every crypto platform feels very loud. It feels very volatile and scary. So this is something where I'm trying to make it slightly more calm and very trustworthy. I'm just going to run this. While that is running, we're going to fast forward a lot of these prompting and answers part, right? But the whole thing I'm trying to do here is setting the context for the AI so that it understands what its goal is. Now we're going to do some research part of it, which I'm going to skip most of the parts here because it's going to get really lengthy. As you can see, the next prompt I'm going to give is I'm asking it to be an interrogator, right? So ask me more questions. This is the differentiator which everyone needs to do while working with AI. If you just give it the intro prompt and ask it to build a website, it will definitely do it and it's going to give you generic results. And you will end up saying this is AI slop and AI doesn't work. The more questions it asks me, the more context I can give it, and the final visuals gets tweaked to your taste. As a designer, you come in and tell it the kind of users I have, the kind of visual I'm looking at, and the vibe you want for the product. Is it calm? Do you want more warm colors, cool colors? All that is something that you have to pitch. Apart from the visuals, the next thing I'm gonna do is do some quick, fast research beat. I wanted to understand the crypto and the investing fintech space. I'm just gonna give it a prompt where it can quickly scan through. Revolut, Coinbase are very popular competitors and they have a lot of data right on the web. The quick web scan is done and it has come up with some good insights like green goes up, red goes down, and all those good common points that every fintech platform shares. Now the next prompt I'm going to give it is we're going to ask it to generate a quick visual so that we are clear on what is the direction we want to go with, right? So far it has a very good understanding of what it needs to build. Now we're going to test if its understanding is right or wrong. So we are going to use Higgsfield's MCP and we're going to generate this image. So I'll just run this prompt. Again, you can see that I'm saying no text, no logo, just a cinematic product photography so that we can test the visuals and be sure that this is the visual direction or the vibe that we want to go with. Higgsfield has started to generate the image here. It is using Nano Banana Pro. Again, the agent will pick the best model to generate what needs to be built here. You don't have to figure out which one to go with, because if I jump on to Higgsfield's AI here and I jump into image, you can see that there are a lot of models to pick from, and then you need to give the prompt, right? So that is when an agent like Claude really comes into the picture and helps us create the prompt and the directions. You can see that it has given me a very good image here. This is a very realistic feel that it has given me, but probably I don't want this. I want a more illustrated version of the coins. Basically asked it to tweak it. There you go. It has come up with some rough generations. These are low fidelity wireframes so that you can lock on to a particular direction. Matte clay is something that I would prefer. It is slightly more minimal and it has that calm, playful effect to it. I can click on these and run through these different directions that it has given me. So yeah, these are the directions it has. I'm loving this particular direction. Let's lock on to this first one. I'm also gonna give it a prompt where I'm gonna say that we're gonna write a full detailed design brief here following the Higgsfield's website builder video guidelines. We have the full detailed design brief written for the first MVP version. Here you can see the design brief, which is a design.md file. It has logged the color palette, the concept, all the details on what kind of assets to use. Alright, there you go. We have the storyboard here. We were working on 6 sections and this would be the 6 section visual direction the video goes in, right? So here it's starting with chaos and then it is getting into that calm nature, and this is the direction, right? So this is a very good initial brief. I'm happy with this direction as the first draft. The video rendering is in progress. While this is happening, let's jump on to Higgsfield and see what else it can do, right? Website creation is just one part of it, but Higgsfield is way more than that, right? Image creation, we already saw it. We can generate images and we have models that you can pick from. And then you have video generation. Here we can pick the models that we want. You have all the different models that you can choose from. So you can search for any new models as well. And apart from that, you can also pick the style or the visual direction, and Higgsfield will automatically pick the best model to go with. And apart from that, you can also generate audio with all the popular models that we have here. And then you have Cinema Studio, Higgsfield's tool of creating very good cinematic videos. They have Canvas, originals, plugins, where you can use it on Adobe Suite and Figma. So yeah, it has tools worth checking out, so you can give it a try. Alright, the video is already rendered here, and if you can take a quick preview at it, this is how it is. It has that very smooth animation that is going here, which is important for a scroll based website. And there is this hole inside this coin and it comes out like that parallax effect, right? So this is really good. This prompt is going to help us create the sections underneath this one by one and create the whole website for it. Alright, there we go. It has come up with a website and it has deployed it on our behalf. We have a test link, so let's try it out. I'm just going to click on the link. It's going to open on a new tab. There we go. It's called Eclipse. It has a beautiful logo. Probably I'm going to increase the size. So here it says the noise is not going anywhere. The kind of theme and vibe that I wanted, and that has captured here very well. So all the chaos, crypto, volatility and everything, right? So as I scroll here, you can see this animating. It's going into this next one. Here I'm trying to scroll it very slow. We'll do it with a proper scroll animation. The quiet part, this one expanding, which is really good. And then the different sections that I wanted. So all the Ethereum tracking, holding and stuff. I asked it to add some 3D motions and stuff. So yeah, here you go. The coins moving here, which is interesting. Again, these are just placeholders at the moment. All these are to be filled in, and you can see all these very beautifully done. This red banner is something that I asked because you need to acknowledge that this has its own risk, right? Because there's a crypto fintech space, all this has to be there. And finally, the closing CTA to open Eclipse. So there you go. That is what it is, and I can scroll through these to show you how the animation happens. Let's go and see how this goes. I can see some issues here, cropping of the shadow, which we can again fix. But overall, you can see this is the kind of scroll animation that you see trending nowadays, and this is possible with Higgsfield. To create something like this, or even if I had to explain this to a stakeholder, it's very difficult. But here you can see within a few minutes, I was able to come up with this first draft. And it's not just a video, it is something that the stakeholders can interact with, and this gives them a better feel. And this is the first draft. I can tweak it, add more stuff to it, but let's iterate slightly more, add a little more effects and see what we can end up with. So I'll go back to Claude and give it a new prompt, asking it to pick some really good moments where we can add some really good effects. So here is the final look of it, and this is what you saw on the starting of the video as well. So here we have the initial page. I'm just going to load it again, and you can see that I've added a bit of a glow right here, which is adding a bit more depth to it. Previously, you can see that this is a very monotone kind of a dark theme mode, which is also good, which is something that people would prefer. But here I went with something slightly more different, adding a little bit of glow here and there. And also you see that the cursor has some interaction where the glow is moving and it is always anchored to the center of it. And also the logo is being highlighted, and the header also has this kind of normal animation to it, right? It collapses. Initially the logo is bigger and then it collapses. Overall, you can see it has been made much more smoother here. As I scroll through it, you can see the animations happening. I removed all those shadows and just added a glow effect, and you can see it is pretty much smooth, right? I'm just going to scroll through it quickly and show you how it looks. So that is how it is. And also the sections below, you can see it has been that kind of a galaxy effect to it. And if you see the cursor as well, it's a custom cursor, which is the exact thing as the Eclipse right here. Small micro interactions, which makes it look good. This one also has been tweaked. I made it more compact instead of that full rotation. These are the effects added to it. All these are cryptocurrency 3D coins which will come in. Everything getting sucked into it is the effect that I wanted. And overall, there you go, guys. That is pretty much it on how we can use any AI agent, be it Claude or Codex, or giving it the hands, the Higgsfield MCP, and create all these stuff. This was just one part of it. You can do other things with Higgsfield. So check out the link description below. And as always, subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and I'll catch you with another one.